is what we call
hater shit.
There is no better term.
Doing the exact same thing over and over. They yellow my tooth on video, which in real life it doesn't look yellow and raised up. They call it buttering me. They make me look uglier. They rip my pants.
Girl, stop. Don't get emotional. It's okay. It don't matter what nobody thinks. I don't know what to say. Just get better.
I don't have any left. They make it look like there's semen in my pants.
Oh my gosh. Heather, you know, you got a bachelor's degree, remember? I think you know what was in your pants. It's totally normal. Calm down. Dang, that lip is bad. Like, seriously, she does need to put, like, Neosporin or some antibacterial, something on it, and then put some thick old Vaseline Aquaphor on top of that bitch.
Or they rape me. What other explanation is there? And this is 4 years of reporting this. 4 years of being unlawfully displaced from my home. 4 years of getting nowhere with law enforcement. I don't do drugs. I have a bachelor's degree. I have no criminal record. Can you make it make sense for me?
No, I cannot make it make sense at all. I really wish I could make it make sense. 1:34 p.m. Huge mess in the tent. We got completely soaked last 2 nights. Please, someone help us get a hotel or something. I cannot take it anymore. This is ridiculous. Haven't had a single night inside since 2/14/23, almost a full year. Wow. So, I'm curious, Miss Gillespie, if somebody was to offer you a hotel, but not send cash, but put it under their name, pay the hotel directly. It could be under your name, but they pay the hotel directly. Would you take it? Would you change your mind?
Okay, so I just got off the phone with Capital One. You guys know I had a beautiful Cadillac. I paid the entire thing off in under 2 years. It was like my first major loan. They reported to all 4 of my credit bureaus. I was all proud of myself. And it was intentionally destroyed and sabotaged by whoever was stalking me, harassing me, and sexually assaulting me in 2020. I reported all of this to law enforcement. The car is held up in Valdosta, Georgia. I called Capital One. All the records are there going directly from my bank account. There's nothing anyone can do to steal that car from me per Capital One. So I just have to wait on them to send me a release of lien. And then I can go and pick up the car. So that's great. You know, it's only $2,000 for me to pick.
I think that thing's in pieces. Did y'all see how dilated, big her eyes are? Again.
Get up, and then I have my car back.
See?
So that's fantastic. Other than that, look at this.
And then it also changes her mood, too. I'm telling you, it's either when she's in a mood like a fucking feral or she's on something. (1:10:24) HLG. Soaked and possibly sexually assaulted again. I was just about to say, Heather, you haven't been getting... Did it get boring and you had to throw that in there? Possibly assaulted. The police have not assisted in any way. Could be the tech bubble, really not sure. I have filled numerous reports and turned over multiple items of clothing that I believe have semen in them. 0 follow-up or assistance provided. The court system has not intervened.
So as you could see, and I'll tell you guys...
Where are y'all at? Dude, they're gonna get sick. Oh shit. Okay, I see it now.
About what happened with 311 a few minutes ago in a sec. We just took all of our stuff out.
Look how close they are to someone's boat. Bitch. If you was that close to my boat, I would have some words to say. Especially if that parking lot looks bigger than what it is. You ain't gotta be that close.
This is all the stuff that we have. I still have to hold off on getting the baby stuff because we have nowhere to put it. This is soaking wet, so we had to empty it. We're gonna move this back about 3 feet. Hopefully the incline will make water go down and away from us if it does snow. It's fucking freezing. And we're gonna put this underneath us and this underneath us to give us a little elevation off
Where did y'all get that at?
the ground, even though it's uneven and it'll be uncomfortable.
Look, here's a Mariana's.
I'd rather, have to deal with that than waking up soaking wet in 30 degrees. It's for the fucking birds. This is Heather at 35 weeks pregnant. I want to press charges against all parties involved. So I think that someone is low-key incentivizing Xavier. He usually leaves about 2 to 3 hours a day to go get us food. I think that during that time, someone is incentivizing him to do shit to sabotage me and us. What do I mean by that? We have a whole bin. This is Xavier's bin of clothing. I washed it all. There's jeans in there. There's sweatpants in there. Yet he chooses to wear jeggings and gray leggings. That's not my husband. My husband does not cross-dress. He chooses to represent himself in a way that looks like a hype. Xavier does not do that. My husband does not do that. I don't want to be associated with that.
You better talk to him, not us. That's your husband, not our husband.
What the fuck is that saying for my reputation? What does it make me look like? I'm in here 35 weeks pregnant on my hands and knees cleaning the fucking tent every single 2 to 3 days. And this motherfucker is smoking tar out of a fucking resin bowl, leaving paraphernalia all over and refusing to wear man clothes? Get the fuck away from me. Now, I can tell you firsthand, Xavier is not gay. He does not like men in any way, shape, or form. So, is he being sexually abused? On those days that he starts looking like a lady, that's when I start noticing holes in my pants at the crotch. Things that look like semen in my crotch. You guys just saw the previous post, right? So, is someone harassing him, raping him maybe, and he's too prideful to say something to me? I don't know. But law enforcement has not done enough with regards to this fucking case. None of us should be outside in a fucking tent. Period. None of us. This is obscene.
Ridiculous. 34 weeks, 4 days pregnant, 2:41 p.m.
Now, there are multiple skyscrapers that stand in a way that their windows can see right at my tent. I'm going to show you guys right now. If you live in one of these buildings, I am begging you, if you take video, tag the news, tag the police, tag the...
Oh my gosh. I was wondering where she was going to go with that. Oh, Lord. That would be funny. Okay, sorry.
City. This is 4 years and counting that I have been being raped, bludgeoned,
That's not funny.
stabbed, robbed, unlawfully separated from my children. I have no criminal record, nothing. An underage drinking ticket when I was 19 years old, nothing. I want to press criminal and civil charges against everyone involved. If you live in one of these buildings near Belmont Harbor, please shoot camera, shoot video, tag my account, tag the media. Please help. You guys see all these buildings.
Look, bro. Y'all way too close. The rapist can come from Lakeshore Drive, running path, and be virtually undetected. I have filed hundreds of police reports. I have been a tax-paying citizen my entire life. First job at 14 years old. I have 3 children and 1 on the way. Please help.
Right? All these buildings, there's got to be thousands of people.
I want to know why there's so much cement, so much big-ass parking spot, and y'all right over there by that boat, right over there by the... I mean, space? You would get pissed off if someone did that to you.
Have witness, and on the other side. And if you're just driving by on Lakeshore Drive, you could see us.
I mean, y'all in a big-ass red fucking tent. Yes, people can see y'all.
Please advocate for me. If you live in one of those buildings and you go to work during the day, you could very easily set up a camera.
Now you want people to set up cameras while they go to work so the camera watches you. That's a little creepy. Please help me formally charge all those involved in this unlawful, unethical, and incredibly unconstitutional series of events. Prior to 2019, I have never been in a fist fight or violently attacked. Since that time, it has been too much to even keep track of. Please help me. Thank you, Heather Gillespie. 2:43 p.m.
in your window. Do me a solid. Set up a camera in your window.
Free. Tomorrow is my birthday. 1/11/24. Baby loading. Luckily, it did not snow, but my body is getting more and more pregnant, and my baby is getting bigger and bigger, and sleeping is getting more and more difficult. 34 weeks, 5 days. 8:03 a.m.
You guys, it hurts so bad.
Her hair always does that. And I try not to point it out because it's funny, so I just laugh to myself. But it's like, and I'm not trying to be mean, but it just looks weird because it looks like her hair isn't growing up front, like it starts way in the back, and her forehead's so big, and then she has that big ass comb over, brush over. It just, sorry.
I feel like all I do is try to sleep, but I can't because it hurts.
I take my prenatal with as much water as possible, or I get so sick and nauseous.
So, with all my other pregnancies, I always got pedicures. And I think that they help with more than just, the vanity side of not wanting to give birth with calloused feet, hooves, as my ex used to call them. But I'm retaining a lot of water in all seriousness and bloating. And I do typically with all 3 of my pregnancies. I usually weigh around 150 pounds. I'm 5'9". I haven't really been gaining steady. I gained a lot the first 3 months.
I feel like she's answering my question from the video I uploaded the other day about why her stomach's not tight.
And then I kind of just tapered out. The baby is getting bigger and bigger, though, which is a good sign. Now, I'm going to try to flush my system with watermelon, pineapple juice, maybe some cucumbers. I'm going to rehydrate in an effort that my body recognizes I'm not dehydrated and starts to let go. I don't know if that last sentence.
No, it did not go through. Anyone else experience excessive bloating or water retention during their pregnancy? I experienced that without pregnancy. Oh, man.
That last sentence posted, I'm going to rehydrate so that my body is under the impression that we are not dehydrated because typically when you bloat or hold water, it's because your body is fearful of dehydration. So as weird as it sounds, having more fluids is actually usually the answer. I could tell I'm dehydrated because of my lips, which is ironic because I'm literally drinking about a gallon of water with other beverages every 2 to 3 days. As a weightlifter, I'm used to drinking a gallon of water every single day. But since I have not been working out and sweating profusely, I have not been forcing the gallon. I feel like it overworks the kidneys. It's definitely needed if you're weightlifting because of the hormones you release, but I'm not right now. So a half a gallon is ideal.
Yeah, Heather, sure. Sure, Heather. Sure, Jan. You know best. Compression stockings have a number of positive health benefits, including improved circulation, reduced inflammation, reduced water retention. So is that what she's wearing, is compression stockings? Oh, that's cute. I mean, it's not cute, but I'm glad she's doing something to try to take care of herself. I'm telling you, she's going to go give birth to, if she makes it to the hospital to give birth to this baby, she's probably going to find out something's wrong with her.
You guys will also notice that I'm always wearing compression stockings.
Woo, look at that sexy leg right there. That's a sexy leg.
Or a tall stocking if possible. Obviously, this is not like the most comfortable, especially in the summer. But it definitely helps with the swelling and the water retention during pregnancy.
This is like the same bathroom she always goes to. 34 weeks, 5 days.
34 weeks, 5 days.
Stop mocking me, dude. I had it.
So you guys know that I've relied on sponsors a lot to get me through the last year and a half. Prior to that, I pretty much handled everything on my own.
The last time that you've appeared to us, you haven't done anything by yourself.
I've had 21 jobs that I've been chased, stalked, harassed, or physically assaulted out of since 2020. And when you don't have an income, not because you're unwilling to work, but because you're not being permitted to do so, you have to...
Oh my gosh, you don't want to work. You do not want to work. You always say you'll work, but you won't work because, oh, they won't pay me enough. That makes no sense at all. So you are living in a tent, ma'am. You have no bills. Any job is good. No one is paying too less of amount for you right now. How is that possible? I mean, dang. Just save your money. Don't buy drugs and shit with it. That's why y'all don't have a job. And then you want to say you'll get one that where you're qualified because so where you could use your bachelor's degree. Another reason why you're not going to get a job. You don't want to get a job. I mean, y'all are just those type of people who are just fine living on fucking government assistance. And one day it's going to pull it out from under you and life's going to happen. Like, you think it's fucking bad now. You actually have options now, Heather. Like, it's so stupid. Like, how are y'all just fine living in a tent and getting government assistance for food, and then you got some cash to get your drugs or whatever else you really need? You don't need that much. You're living outside. You ain't got no motherfucking bills to pay. No kids to take care of.
Find a way to eat and clothe yourself and be okay. So I go public and I tell people what's going on here and on my other socials, and I ask for help. Well, sponsors of all income ranges have responded. And I don't understand how we're still outside because there have been, tremendous responses. So it is very confusing, and I do suspect that they've been taking the funding and using it for other sources, which is incredibly wrong. But I just want to show you guys what I do when I'm hungry or feeling sick, or how I survive.
While this is up, if there is anyone who does have receipts that has screenshots, whatever, and you want me to put it up in this video so I can show people. So if anyone has any receipts or anything that they would like to send me so I could put it in a video so that could help others even further, because people, not always read the comments as well. I'm just really trying to help everybody out here and make sure everyone's kind of understanding.
When I found out I was pregnant, as I went to the state of Illinois Welfare Department, I told them that I was living in a tent. I showed them all the police reports that I have filed regarding the assaults, the abuses, the destruction of my vehicle, a Cadillac CTS that I paid off in full. And I got approved for emergency cash assistance and emergency link card. The total is about $200 in food money. Xavier has about the same. I think he gets $290.
Dang, $490 a month. I could really use that. That would really come in handy. Can you imagine being homeless and having that much money? Like, the power you have. Because they could do so much with that, too. They're on the streets. They know how to flip that shit.
And then I get almost $400 something for emergency cash. Every month I use that.
Oh, my heart. My heart. And then on top of that, you're fucking eBaying, and you're getting everyone to donate money, cash money on the daily, I bet, and then donate like clothes and baby stuff that you just end up selling or tossing. And then even that little air mattress that someone bought her, she bought her 2 of them because of the first one Heather messed up. How do you make this much money being homeless? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, what are y'all doing with y'all's money? What the fuck?
To buy something for my children. Last month the entire thing went for Christmas gifts. And this month the entire thing is going for my unborn baby, car seat, stroller, diapers, clothes, etc. and so forth. I go to the grocery store and I get stuff like this.
See, the only thing that makes me nervous is whenever she says car seat first. Because her saying car seat first more than likely, that's the first thing that she is thinking about. That's the most important thing, which I agree with. But I don't agree with Heather thinking of that, because my biggest fear is, because nowadays it's crazy. So my biggest fear is them calling an Uber or Lyft driver or taxi. I don't know. Is there taxis in Chicago? And someone like that. Like, I don't know if that's is there taxi? I don't know. Either or. There's Uber and Lyft nowadays, and a lot of people use it. So you can't really be like, you can't, you can't let someone not take their baby home because they don't have a vehicle, So I'm just really hoping and praying that everyone's on Heather's ass, that they're backing up, but they have everything logged in, so they know as soon as she comes in, there's an alert on her name, Heather's in the hospital, call CPS, and that's what they're doing while Heather's giving birth. I really hope and pray that is the plan, and that's what's going to happen.
Fruit, veggies, and then we bring it back to the tent. I can't really walk right now, but I've been very active this entire pregnancy. The struggle are those days when we don't have any link card. I do still take my children as much food as I possibly can. I take them about $50 worth each child. I have 3. And before you say it, poor people shouldn't have kids. I wasn't always poor, and I was working really hard to support my children for a very long time. And in addition to that,
not the whole time, just for a long time.
The life struggles that I've gone through, I don't think I'd have will to live if I didn't have those 3 little babies looking up at me every morning. So those children have saved my life. And I'll go every single month and drop off approximately $50 worth of food to each child. We take public transportation now, but we just started that 4 weeks ago. Prior to that, we took a walk 30 to 60 miles at least.
I think I know why she's doing this. I think she has a guilty conscience. Okay, I think that there's a part of her that feels, if I bring them food or something, like the only thing she can really get them is food, because she has so much in food stamps. So she's thinking, if I bring them food, then they'll know, that gives me a reason to see them, and they'll know that I'm still thinking about them, I care about them. Okay, yes, that could be true too. Okay. I also believe that she feels bad, or she doesn't want the dads to get pissed off or aggravated, because she's obviously claiming that she still lives with those 3 kids. If she's getting that much money in food stamps, she's claiming those kids and saying she lives with them and she feeds them. That's why she's getting that much money. So if they find out that is not true, then her ass is, like, she could get in some serious trouble for that. Not to mention having to pay it back, but she could also, go to jail. I don't know how long she's been doing it, but I'm wondering if that's kind of another reason why she brings them food. It's like, hey, thanks for letting me, get their money for food stamps type shit.
Food to my kids. It hurts because I only get to hug them, and say, hi, I love you, how are you? And then we have to leave, but it's better than nothing. No response from the court system is unacceptable, and that's the response I received. Now, when you're sitting here in reality trying to understand how law enforcement has not called back, if I filed a police report for rape, whether they find the rapist or not, you get a call back from law enforcement, and they say, this is what we've done so far, this is what we're doing. I've not received any of that, and I have filed hundreds of police reports without exaggeration. We were followed to a dollar store here, between here, this location at the lake, and where my children live near the O'Hare area. And someone was playing my voice on...
Stop. See, now she's exaggerating. She's saying we were followed to. You weren't followed to Dollar General. You were freaking already in there, and the girl just so happened to be in there. Did she play it on purpose? Was she just coincidentally watching you? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Well, you should have turned the fuck around and be like, what the fuck, bitch? You got something to say? Shit. If you got that's, I don't know. Like, I'm not a confrontational person, but at the same time, when it's just, okay, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, let's come on. Let's just talk. Like, I just want to talk seriously. Like, first, you were in line and you heard someone play your voice in the background. And now, all of a sudden, they followed you to the store and was playing it. No, Heather, stop adding shit to the fucking story. And again, next time, fucking say something. If you got a problem, fucking say something right then and there. Don't go fucking run somewhere and call the cops. That shit's so annoying.
Behind us in the checkout line at the dollar store, I had to call police. That's one of many situations where police have shown up in person. I've given them a typed up narrative with all of my socials, with all of my contact information, as well as a verbal description of what has been going on. And they just say, well, keep documenting. So I don't use Instagram for entertainment anymore. Or I do with the GoPro solo account so that I could have an outlet, because social media and content and marketing has been such a pivotal point of my life. When I stopped working in the healthcare field in 2014-15 time and shifted over to fitness, I was doing everything as a self-employed individual. And whether I was doing content or fitness, I was selling everything. So marketing and sales became my main focus. With that being said, I have to keep this Instagram as well as the One Heather GEE and the HLG Forever.
No, you're not. See, I know you'd be fucking listening. Why don't you answer some for real questions and actually be honest? Like, I really wish you would just be honest, Heather. That would actually open up a lot of doors, in my opinion.
So that I can continue to document. If I just continue to call the police and rely on their documentation, where would I be?
Well, fuck them. I mean, gosh, dang it. Like, I'm sorry, but if that ever happened to me, and I never reported what happened to me. Yeah, you know, and that's the sad part, and that's the true part, is most of the time it don't get reported. But it's irritating whenever you hear someone say it so much all the time and stories switch up, and you don't ever, ever, ever want to question someone's story or allegation, you know, but that's what makes it so, like, irritating, and it makes me so mad at her, because it's like, I swear if she's lying about one of these things, because it doesn't make sense, and I honestly think that she lies about many of them, and it makes me so mad, because this actually happens to people. So for you to say that, it's almost just like you think it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, whatever. What else did I want to say? Because you're aggravating me. Oh, the freaking Instagram. She was trying to find, because obviously she needs to get off of social media, you know, or if you want to have like a private one, like I said, friends and family only or whatever, but I don't even think she should be on social media at all. And for her to sit here and say, you know, my career, my blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. If you want to keep one profile, just pick one profile and then delete everything with your craziness on it. Like, just like someone else said, she has a problem with every solution. I can't stand those type of people. You can help and give them all these advice. Well, you can do this. And then they're like, so then it's just like, well, fuck it. It doesn't matter what I say or what I do. There's going to be a reason or a problem, and you're not going to be able to do it. So fuck it. I'm done. I'm done helping. And that's literally what everybody in Heather's life, including her family, has done. They're done. So Heather is a big girl. Whenever she finally figures out, okay, you know, the world doesn't revolve around me. It's time for me to get help if I actually want to be around my family and my kids, or do I want to live the rest of my life on the street. I don't understand. You don't need your, like, you see, like, do you see, like, Heather, that's one small thing you would show. First of all, you would show a lot of people, and then you would also pretty much end this shit.
So that I can continue to document. If I just continue to call the police and rely on their documentation, where would I be? Back to the food issue, we have sponsors helping us. I like to eat healthy, like a side salad, a little bit of pasta, and like a meatball, right? That would be a perfect triangle. In my entire life, I have always gone by the triangle food pyramid for my plates. And I think I learned that from my mom and dad. My mother-in-law is Hispanic, and my other mother-in-law is also Hispanic, Mexican, and Ecuadorian. And they cook differently. They cook like one large, huge meal, and then they kind of leave it out, and you guys can grate, or I could graze, or my children could graze all day. If they make flautas, that's like a Mexican taco, they would make a huge batch, a big, huge thing of sopa, a big, huge thing of rice, empanadas. and then you go get it and heat it up as you want it to eat it. In my house, we all had to sit down at the same time every meal, and our plate was designed like a triangle. A starch, like a carby pasta or rice, a meat, like a pork chop, chicken, steak, and then a veggie. And that's how every single meal was. There might be a little extra, like a dessert or something, but that's the basic of every meal. Now, when you're relying on others for money, food, shelter, housing, anything, clearly we're in a tent now, as we've been for the past almost full year. Never in my life have I been homeless before. Never have I slept in a tent prior to this, unless we were camping at like a national state park. It is very scary for me. I am very confused. I am terrified at times. I'm also happy, and I find, ways to be positive and make the best of it. When sponsors, go 2 weeks, and I can tell that the sponsors are coming from a space of probably working class people, they bring a lot of Taco Bell, McDonald's, KFC, things of that nature. And I can't be like, oh my God, what is this? I have to be grateful or starve. And being that I'm pregnant,
Wow,
I need to eat, I need to feed my unborn child. So I do my best, and it's delicious, every once in a while, but it's not the healthiest. So I am not in my best health. I'm a weightlifter. For anyone who knows me.
Good job, sponsors. Y'all made Heather unhealthy.
In 2013, after I had my younger daughter, Alexis, who's now 10, I fully threw myself into the gym. Her father and I broke up, and I found myself with 3 children under 10 years old, and I was not happy with my life. And I literally just threw myself into the gym. I got a trainer. I lost about 60 pounds, and I began lifting weights. I wanted to do so competitively. I did not ever get a chance to do that, although I did hire a prep coach, Christian McCoy, and I was prepping to compete in the NPC, which is the amateur weightlifting competition. I haven't given up on it. I don't know if it's something I'll do in the next few years. I'm about to have a baby, which is going to require a lot of my attention. But I want to, and I would like to have my baby and go to a gym in my apartment building or where I live and begin.
Gosh, Magic Land. Here she goes talking.
Prepping, that would be the ultimate goal. But that's basically it. I'm doing my best to work with the resources that I have, the access that I have, take care of my children, stay focused on my future, not cry too much, not be so vulnerable, because the vulnerabilities, unfortunately, they're needed to heal and to grow. You have to acknowledge them, and sometimes it helps to have someone, help you, but it also opens the door to a lot of really nasty, evil people, to find out what hurts you the most and use it against you. So finding the balance emotionally between that, along with health-wise, between accepting the help that they give, whether it's a fast food burger or $5, and trying to make the best use out of that help, that's been the biggest challenge.
That's the biggest challenge, is to deal with someone donating $5 or a burger. Are you kidding me? That's the biggest challenge you're having, is it's a cheeseburger or it's only $5. Are you kidding? I'm done. Mic drop, Heather.
Staying positive, not giving up, being in incredible pain in the 3rd trimester of my pregnancy, having to lay on the floor every day, and accepting the help that they give, whether it's a fast food burger or $5, and trying to make the best use out of that help. That's been the biggest challenge. Staying positive, not giving up, being in incredible pain in the 3rd trimester of my pregnancy, having to lay on the floor every day like an animal, having to, hold my bowel movements for days at a time. Those sorts of degrading and dehumanizing things have been the most difficult part of all of this. I've never really been, the type to drown my sorrows. There are people who go through homelessness and you'd never know, because they go to the club, they meet someone there, and then they go home with them. And then they use them up as a resource. I started as that victim. I started as that person with a home, met people.
Oh, now she on the bottom. She started at the top.
While I was working in promotions, who I thought were my friends, and I was taken advantage of severely. And that's kind of why I clung so tightly to Dylan, for that protection from, the people that it's not that I couldn't say no, I would say no, but the people who were too persistent, consistent, even manipulative to accept no as an answer. And so I've done my best, and my best advice is stay away from drugs and alcohol if you ever experience an issue like this.
Are you kidding?
I do smoke pot for pain, but that's it,
It looks like you took your Adderall today.
That's medical. I don't consider that a drug at all. For the people who are out here using hardcore drugs and partying every day because it's your only option, I get it. But again, you have to balance, and there are a lot of people who lose themselves and never get them.
You don't balance that. What are you, idiot? You don't balance drugs. You don't do drugs. What are you talking about, you idiot? Come on now. I mean, come on, let's all be real. Let's all take a good look around everybody who's been just doing drugs their whole life. Where are they at now? Where are they at right now? Compared to the people who are focusing on the career and their children and their family and their home. Balance. You gotta balance the drug life. No, I'm good. I'd rather the family, clean, sober life, bro.
Themselves back, some people can handle it and some people cannot. And I think that the number one issue for homeless people is that they lose themselves forever. They can't handle these circumstances. I surely cannot. If I didn't have Xavier here through this, I don't know what would have happened, even on the days when he's doing things, that I don't really like. It's very scary to be out here and alone. Very scary. So keeping your feet planted in who you are. I always say cement your feet in who you are, but allow yourself to sway.
Oh, wow. Why is this so tiny? 1:59 p.m. Okay, I don't lie. Oh, my gosh, you always lie. Okay, I don't lie about this situation or mostly at all. I would say out of 100% honest, I'm a solid 89% or better. Please pray, help. I've been in 7 out of 10 for pain for the last couple hours and now urinating excessively, which is ironic because I just reported on bloating, water retention, and comprehension socks. I hope her water didn't break. Oh my gosh. Walked to Mariano's, couldn't have a BRBM. Couldn't have a, I don't know if that says, brush my teeth, felt like a bowling ball was about to drop from my vagina twice, and a plethora of other pain and achiness that I have been lucky enough to not experience the majority of this pregnancy prior to about month 7. Morning sickness was a problem for the first trimester, but the second was mostly comfy. I literally thought I might die 2 times today. Oh my god. That's not funny at all. I think it's just like a nervous laugh I'm doing because it's like, it just scares me because it's like, what if her water broke? But she could be describing that because she wants us to think that. I don't know, y'all. I'm so scared. I just want her to be in so much pain where she has to go to the hospital. And then they, take it from there.
Sponsors, Xavier is saying that there have never been any sponsors who have helped him, which he's in the past already said that there are. And I find that incredibly upsetting and ungrateful. He said the only sponsor we've had is his father, and that's it. And I know that that's a lie. So that's a lie. I don't know where you guys have been.
So this is really awkward. Why are you telling this? Like, y'all need to have a better relationship, especially if y'all are supposed to be engaged. Engaged, homeless in a tent on the street. Like, get some serious shit right there. But you're literally, instead of talking about it, you're going live. Or not going live, but you're, even worse, keeping on Instagram, just talking shit about him as he's right behind you, coughing, probably smoking. Like, y'all, let's get it together.
But we haven't been able to eat much. It's been really weird, a dramatic change from the last 2 weeks. I want to go take my kids groceries. I can't walk for very long. I also have a busted lip for 3 weeks and counting. And we have literally barely enough money for me to get the car seat, stroller, clothes, the breast pump.
Well, you
And then
wanted to
hopefully
wait.
he's not born early and I can use what I have next month also.
You silly girl.